All right.
And
And I'm
uh,
back.
when he came back to his his homeland after the war, found his family killed, he made a pact with the blade that he found stuck through his wife's chest. It was the same sword that his father wielded that his backstabbing brother took when he killed Jet's father.
And
So
that
my
seems
pact of the blade is with the sword.
that is a very intense thing for me to suddenly get reconnected to my internet with. All right.
Sorry, but I had to dive into it. I was like,
I mean,
if
I don't even know
RJ is gonna
Leviathan.
make a well, if RJ, I figured if RJ is gonna take the time to do like a full quest line through these, I'm going to build a character around that quest line.
That's totally fine.
So he gave me he gave me my one more green card to alter Jet to make him what he is now, and I used that opportunity to make his backstory to tie it to this quest line. So that now that like you would say like Leviathan has kind of the time that we spent, we've learned more and more about Jet. So you're gonna understand now the ferocity and intensity that he has with he's now finally this close. He spent 10 years searching throughout the lands to find a connection to get back to Bowser, and it is now in his grasp.
I mean, knowing our campaign, you're just gonna kill him in like 12 seconds.
Mm.
I don't know why. We just like one-shot all the hard bosses, and then when it comes to the easy stuff, we just die.
Well,
I'm just
either way.
I'm trying to double check to make sure that. Oh yeah, I'm currently live.
Remember, getting to
just-
Bowser is not the hard part. It's Bowser's not going to be alone. He is a warlord. You're not just going to roll up on Bowser and he's going to be in the throne by himself. He's going to be surrounded by minions. It's not going to be even if everything's got 1 HP. I mean, there's going to be a lot of shit in there we're going to have to deal with.
I mean, that's what
That's why
happened
we're
with the
going to
Mummy
take.
Lord.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going
why
on
we
with
get-
my. I don't know what happened to my stream counteract. It just kind of randomly cut out. It's like the whole internet at my house went out for a minute. But everybody pops up in the middle from the sewer into this sort of like cleaning room area within the armory of Bowser's Kingdom.
Is there oh, there it is. Let's say. Let me see a spot. Can we pick any place to land and it's safe or?
Yeah, currently there's nobody else in here.
I only ask because I'm not dropping Jet into the middle of a shitstorm without knowing that the wind's blowing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Mario looks up and he's like, I think it's best that I stay behind because I don't look like any of you, as you have a disguise kit making you look like a turtle, and Leviathan's a changeling making himself look like a turtle, and Leo is Leo.
All right. So with that, our plan.
Are we gonna
becomes
fight
in
something
full
with
effect.
fire, like vulnerability later, or?
I don't know.
Huh?
Okay.
What did you say? I'm sorry.
He was asking if there was anything with fire vulnerability later, and I'm like, I am not going to tell you.
Yeah, because he just said, yeah,
Right,
Mario's
right.
not
That's-
coming.
right.
And he's like
Yeah,
fire-based, so I'm like, is he
that's
doing
like-
this just
I
intentionally?
know, but that's like calling Jesus right now and asking what the lottery numbers are. Come on,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, okay, that's...
All right. So with that though, to the DM, I'm gonna say our plan now goes full effect. So Leo and Leviathan will now continue forward,
Okay.
pushing the movement, while Mario and Jet are going to hang back. So I don't know if I need to do a stealth roll or what you want for that, but for Jet and Mario, our plan is to hang back while these two traverse, and if something goes off, then we'll engage.
So you're going to stay in the sewer with Mario while the other...
Well, not so much in the sewer, but I'm not gonna be walking through the rooms with them. We're gonna hang back a little bit.
I mean,
Mario's gonna stay in the sewer. Mario's gonna stay in the sewer. Okay, then I'm not gonna stay in the sewer. I'm just gonna hang back from them.
All right. If you want to split the party, you're welcome to do it.
Well, you said Mario's not coming.
Mario is just holding down the fort in the sewer to make sure that you guys have an escape route while also not triggering any like, hey, there's a human that's not Turtle. Something suspicious.
All right. Well,
That's about right.
I'm just gonna stay a few feet back from them. My stealth this time isn't as great because we just went through all the water, so my armor's soaking wet and everything's heavier.
Okay.
But I'm still gonna try to stealthily make my way through here.
Okay.
Should
Well,
Leviathan try to stealth? If you see a turtle trying to stealth, that's
well,
suspicious.
you right. You
But I just
two,
look like a
right now,
turtle.
you and Leonardo can move through this area as a changeling and a turtle. I have a disguise kit on, and I just went through the water. So
Yeah.
I can't just walk openly through here like you two can. You literally have to go through the room, see what's there, and then I have to navigate through carefully so I don't get detected. You
All
two
right.
are okay. If I get detected, we all fail.
All right. Well then, let's go.
All right. So you do start
With that,
making your way
Jet
through.
looks at Leonardo. Jet looks at Leonardo real quick and just whispers, "Do you know this armory?
I said
Can
no.
you lead us through here?"
I said no. I've never been here.
Great. So we're going in blind. And I
Yes.
take it the map that we brought for the sewers does not help us here at all.
Not at all. No.
Would commune with nature help at all to spell?
No. This is a fully humanoid built construction. So communing
right,
with nature.
so-
No, but I
with
can
that-
still know like certain information, like types of creatures and stuff.
It's
I could
not.
figure out like if there's any undead or anything around. 'Cause-
If you want to take the time to try and see if it'll work, you
Ah.
can.
Nah.
All right.
All right. So then Jet's going to ask Leo directly, is there so in my homeland, we had a kind of set code of how to establish and design these bases. That way it didn't matter where we were at on the battlefield, we knew where to go when we went into one of these. Does that apply to your homeland?
He's like it would apply to anything we would set up in a base camp, but the kingdom itself was built so long ago that they just kind of made use of whatever they had. So it might be
with
a
that.
bit
Jet just kind of nods understandingly, like, yeah. All right, let's do this. You take the way, Leo.
more. He says, "All right."
Leviathan, stay on your toes.
So he starts making his way.
Just to make it clear, just one last thing, Leo. Is there anyone that like would recognize you because you did betray Bowser and?
He's just like, unless they happen to have some wanted posters up or something, I highly doubt it.
I was thinking about that earlier. I was
Yeah,
wow,
but like
does
would
anyone
Bowser
know
himself recognize you or any like high-ranking like members of his army?
He's just like, the high rankers, sure, but some random people that work in the armory, kind of doubt it.
Yeah, right. We should be.
And if we meet a high ranker, Jet looks over and goes, if we meet somebody that recognizes him, all bets are off anyway. We're in too deep now to turn around.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go.
All right. And I need to figure out. All right. I'll do that. Okay. All right. And let me make sure that we have one more thing for you guys to deal with. It's probably going to come in super huge. And it does. All right. I'm
It's
just
fine.
making...
We can't see
That
it if it
sounds bad.
It's not, because every time you add a token to this map, it comes in like monstrous. You have to resize it.
Yeah.
You could put a freaking a gnome in here and it would look like it's 20 stories tall.
Yeah, exactly.
And even if you go in the settings and adjust like token size down to 1, it's still gonna come in super huge. But if it helps our day, at least I'm zoomed in on the map we're on, so I didn't see any of it.
Okay. And
Are you guys moving that way so I can I'll bring Jet up.
yeah. So
And I'm gonna set Jet. Actually, I'll set him off. Sorry, RJ. I'm gonna set him off to the side. So as we're working through, I'm gonna try to get into every corner as we go, just so you know with your narration.
okay. So he opens the door to the next area, and you can hear like things clanking and moving around, and it opens up to this large cavern where you can see that there's multiple turtles kind of working around, just moving and stacking weaponry.
Real quick.
That's Slash.
Yeah, I just reused that.
As Jet gets, sorry.
No, go ahead.
All right. So as Jet gets to this point in the map, I want to use a perception check, which I'm not great on. So maybe the dice gods let me. They do not. Never mind. I'm trying to see if there's a way that. Basically, what I'm looking for, I guess it'd be easy either way, is to recognize that there's a way that they're dressed that's going to make us stand out before we just start running through the halls here.
Most of them are just
We're
wearing...
not exactly a military uniform.
Yeah. I mean, most of them are pretty much not wearing anything, or if they are, it's just like some basic like blacksmithing smocks, but you only see one of them wearing that. The rest of them are just kind of wearing nothing.
Right. I was just asking because in Jet's state of mind right now, if we're going to start crawling through here and there's like a set code uniform, now would be the time to try to acquire those, if you catch my drift, Leviathan. Yeah. So if that's not the case, then carry on, my wayward son.
Okay. Leviathan, do you know Aquan as a language?
Aquan's not an option for a language for players.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Primordial,
no,
like a dialect of it, but no.
Yeah, so you understand.
He's right.
You do hear a couple words that sound somewhat familiar, but you can't really understand them as you hear some sort of squawking off to the south of this map.
Hang on. Oh, shit. I think I might actually have to comprehend languages.
Hey, bird Mario bosses. I don't know any.
You see Leo peek around the corner and see him, but he doesn't seem to be looking your direction, and Leo just says, like, kind of rushes you guys along to try and move to the next area without disturbing him.
I have comprehend languages. Can I cast it?
If you'd like to, yeah.
Okay, good. I would too.
All right, so you cast comprehend languages, and you immediately understand that he's just kind of saying, like, "Oh, hurry up! You're taking way too long. I have more weaponry and armor to enchant. Damn it!"
Okay, so with that, Jet is going to kind of catch up to the other two, as like they're working their way. Now I'm kind of confident. Everybody's working. He understands it. He kind of walks up and goes, "They're enchanting armors and equipment here."
How did
I'm
you get
thinking
past
before we set.
the four?
How
to get past the four guards?
Well, I'm walking with you guys, right?
Yeah.
I was doing it stealthily, but as we enter into this room, and they're talking, I cast comprehend languages to understand what they're saying, because I was hanging back to let you guys work your way through.
Yeah, and
so you could show the scenario. So I knew what was coming. Once I've seen them, I comprehend languages. Now I catch up to you guys and tell you that they're enchanting equipment here. Before we decide to blow the top on this party, we should probably look around to find what it is they're enchanting. The more information, the better. And if we can find something to help us, all for good. Win-win. And I'm going to say this in a tone. I'll say this whispered and not in the same language that they're speaking.
And they do notice you walking by, but they're not paying close enough attention to realize that your disguise is crap at the moment, as it's not in great shape after diving into the river. Leo,
no, not at all.
Yeah, Leo tries to go towards the next door, and you hear like super loud, like banging and clanking on the through the next door.
Okay.
And he opens the door, and you do see that there is somebody that seems to be in charge, kind of like commanding them to go, or commanding these other ones to like move around raw ore and like hammering away. But he's kind of more paying attention to them than anything else, and it's super loud, so they don't seem to notice you walk in.
All right. Let me do. Oh no. Well, maybe you won't count it. Trying to do a deception check for my thing, but I guess I should have. I don't know. Well, it's in your hands now, RJ.
Yep. But he's not looking your way, and Leo and the other two turtles are just kind of like hammering on equipment, trying to get it in place. Leo looks back, and he just gives like this silence, like one finger over his mouth, and he goes walking up, and you see him take out his two swords, and he looks back and he nods, and you see him slam his two swords into the neck of this person.
Can I?
Is that Ludwig or?
It is Ludwig, yeah.
Okay, good. But I misremembered his name.
So the loud clanging doesn't even seem to be from them working. It's just like all of the machinery and everything moving in here. So the loud noise continues, and they don't even notice as Leo totally assassinates Ludwig. Just taking him out.
Okay. That's
All right,
that's
so
Jet's
Jet's gonna come up and help Leo drag the body around and stash it behind some equipment with Leviathan.
Yeah, as you're moving the body, you notice one of the turtles turns.
I polymorph him into a bird. No.
If you want to try and do that, well, like he's just starting to notice. Do you want to do anything as you're
I think we'll be able to hide the body before he turns around fully.
Yeah.
Can I?
That's going to take an athletics check.
Yeah, I'll do athletics. Do I have advantage? Because Jet's also.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are we doing? Is both of us rolling or just one?
One person can roll at advantage, and you can choose the better of you.
22.
Oh, 22. You managed to like shove the as I bang my microphone. You managed to shove the body to the side, like right as he's turning, and he seems really confused, and he just kind of like squawks in your direction. And Jet and Leo, you both look, but Leviathan has no idea what he's saying, and Leo looks over and he's just like, "Oh yeah, he's taking a break. Just keep working."
Yeah, I was gonna say, Jet kind of saying, "Can I speak the same language, or I just understand it?"
You just understand it because speaking it is a third level spell, tongues, right?
Oh, that is a.
I was just asking. Yeah, that's like. I guess that. Yeah. I was just asking. I'm asking. I guess it's a DM question. If I can comprehend the language, wouldn't I be able to formulate it to say it back? Is it just like in my mind it comes through almost like subtitles?
It's more like it comes through as subtitles.
Okay. So with that, Jet's gonna like kind of mention to him, like just act like he like passed out. You know what I mean? Like, oh, something happened.
Well, no, you shoved the body behind some other equipment, and he looks back and he like doesn't see anybody. And you hear him say like, "Where's the boss?" And Leo's just like, "Oh, he's taking his break. Get back to work."
All right, cool. I'm just trying to cover our bases. Sorry, guys.
No problem. And then Leo looks at him and he's just like, I'm and he's trying to think, and he looks over at Jet and he's just like, what should I feel like we can get some info. Should I ask him something?
Ludwig had a staff, right?
He did have a staff.
Yeah.
Can I take it?
You can.
I like what? Okay, I take it.
Okay. You're going to need to cast Identify or wait until you can get it identified to figure out exactly what it does.
Yeah, I don't have Identify, so
That's
I'll
fine.
just keep it on me.
Okay.
Okay. And all right, so now, good move, Leviathan. That was smart.
Nice.
Since Leo is looking at Jet, Jet is now going to try to act like I would say, arms dealer, buyer.
Okay.
And he's gonna look at Leo and be like, act like we're here to purchase weapons. Tell them we're here to purchase the new weapons they've been working on. And there's a pizza party for lunch today in the break room, provided by our company.
Okay. He looks and he's just like, all right, I get it. I need you to make a deception check, but you're getting the assistance of Leo. So we're going to say a deception at advantage.
So first roll, 12.
And Merc with the mom, there hasn't been no star power up yet. Yeah, with a nat 20 on deception. And
Where's my 3? I'm out, Leviathan.
Yeah. Yeah, you got your 3 nat 20s of the session, as this session has somehow been split into like 3 different streams because my stream stuff crapped out on me 3 times. But yeah, Merc with the mom, there has not been any star power-ups yet. But yeah, so you managed to like tell this very convincing lie, and Leo does relay that information that like, hey, I've got a very important buyer here that we need to find the best quality equipment for him. This is from the top. Like, we need to make this deal. Where can I find the best stuff? And he's like, oh,
and the pizza party.
He's like, and by the way, these guys are super nice. They gave you a pizza party for lunch. And then he looks over. He's like, we get to eat?
Yeah, you get to eat.
Wait, are we robbing them?
Jet just gives him a thumbs up, like.
And
yeah,
yeah,
Mario's Italian. He can whip up some pizza. He's waiting in the back. When he gets back there, they come in looking for pizza. Mario's got this.
And he just nods very excitedly. He's just like, I haven't eaten in days. And he gives you the general direction of where to go. And it is.
I don't think they're guards. There might be slaves.
Yeah, they might.
They're
be.
definitely slaves.
And he points, gives you general directions, and he's like, I can guide you there right away. And he just starts like walking. And he comes through
Jet
these
is
doors.
If I take off can I like remove my disguise without alerting something crazy? DM.
A human arms dealer is.
Yeah, if you suddenly turn into a human arms dealer, that might be a little alerting. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So then I'm going to instead reach over towards Leo, and I will hand him 20 gold out of my gold pouch to give to them. For them to not like at this point, it's here. Go get the pizza. Take the day off. Do whatever it is. I'm gonna give them 20 gold to get them the fuck out of here.
Okay.
Show us where we gotta go. Take this money and go.
All right. He starts walking through. He walks through he's over here, and he walks through the doors, and he's just like, "Oh, right this way, sir." And he just keeps guiding you along. And there's another set of doors up here. and he opens them for you, and he's like, it's right through there. If you'd like, I can make the introductions for you and the guards. It's totally fine.
Where's everybody else? I can't make this decision on my own. I understand. I mean, I guess I have to. He's kind of like whisking me away at this point.
We
I'll
with
just,
him.
Yeah.
I will reach in. I will reach into my coin purse, and I will take out 5 more gold pieces, hand it to him, and then beckon towards the door.
And he looks down at
And
the
then
gold.
I'll kind of like I'll look at Leo and like urgently like tip my head in that direction to be like, go, you follow him now.
So, in which direction are you trying to urge him?
To follow the guy that's going to bring us in to introduce us to the guard.
Okay. Yeah. So Leo and him follow, and they come into this large room. Yeah.
Wow.
And there is a large locked door at the other side. It is
There's
ironclad.
No, Roy's over sunglasses.
I think his name's Morton. But yeah, he immediately starts walking up, and let's see if... Okay.
Deception check at advantage.
You can make... So you immediately hear Morton start saying, like, "Hey, I know you. Where do I know you from?"
To Leo?
Yeah.
Well, shit. I cast Enlarge Reduce.
On who?
Hold on, you do
On
the
the one
health
that-
action, I'll cast guidance on Leo, and he'll try deception them.
All right.
All right.
I will ready in action for Enlarge Reduce. On the
All right.
one that thinks that they recognize Leo.
All
If he
right.
doesn't pass his stealth, and this the basis is if he does not pass his deception check, I will reduce him
All
down.
right. Make the deception check at advantage as you kind of like try to guide him along, mostly so I don't have to roll.
I got a plus. Yeah, that's fine. I got a +3. That's a dirty 20. And we'll take the dirty 20.
Plus a d4 because of guidance.
He,
All right, give me
yeah,
1 second.
yeah. So go ahead and roll.
Give me
a
1 second.
D4. All right, so we get another. So a
2.
total of
So
22.
22.
Yeah, so Leo looks over as it's like this sort of inspiration comes to him, and you give him like a nod and just kind of hint at him, and he's just like, "Oh, I get that a lot. You know, I just got one of those faces. It happens." And then he immediately starts trying to like change the subject, and he's just like, "I'm here trying to guide." He's like, "You might have seen me around the office. I'm guiding this arms dealer. He's interested in buying some of the good stuff." And Morton
From Ichigo Companies.
all right, yeah,
Ichigo Incorporated.
yeah. He goes, it's, and you whisper that into his ear, and he's just like, "Ichigo Incorporated. Haven't you heard of them? They're a big freaking deal, man." And he's just like, "Oh, yeah, totally, yeah. You're welcome to come on in." And he's just like, "Are you sure though that the boss said nobody should come in?" And Leo looks at him. He's like, "Do you want to tell the boss that somebody from Ichigo Incorporated isn't allowed in here?" He's just like, "Oh, you know what? You're right. I'm so sorry." And then he starts like spinning the giant wheel to unlock the armory, and this giant door opens, and as I need to click. Huh. And it looks like an empty room on the screen, but it is filled to the brim with swords, weapons, and then there is one case in a padlock that is just like, it looks like it should not be touched. It even has a sign on it written in Aquan that you can understand with comprehend languages that just says...
So Jet sees the sign and understands it. And looking into the room and seeing all these weapons that, I mean, obviously they look good. They're well crafted. But he sees the sign. And Jet is now looking at Leo, and he's gonna just try to like feign like disappointment and distress. Like, "Ugh, I came all this way for nothing." And he'll even say that to Leo. Jet says that to Leo, like in common. These guys speak Aquan, so he's gonna say it to them, say it to him in a language that they don't quite understand, just to fit the fact that he's being an imposter for some bigwig somewhere.
Okay.
I came all this way for nothing.
And Morton looks, he's just like, no, we have all of these bombs. They're super powerful. And like you see these like piles of black spheres that are very obviously like that he mentioned they're some sort of bombs. And he's just like, but I mean, we were really told you shouldn't look into the. I mean that's under heavy protection. We can't even think about selling that.
Should I like put in a Bowser and give you guys permission to look in or something?
Well, hang on. I still have guidance, so doing a 14. Or I got 19 plus 4. So that'd be 23 to a performance check on me. On Jet just acting absolutely disdained in the fact that, come on, I came all the way down here. This is it. I could have bought this stuff on Wally World.
He's just like, it's like, are you sure the boss said you could take it? You could buy anything? He seems like really nervous about handing over this case.
All right. I get what you're saying. Give me a second. Let me see what I got here. Well, Leviathan, any ideas? Because
I can't speak the same language. I have no idea what's happening.
all right. Can I do? All right. At this point, can we say that like, with the comprehend languages, I've understood enough to like, I know the situation. I should know how to react. Can I do an intimidation check?
Yeah, you can give an intimidation check. It'll be more like you're shouting at Leo, but the intention is towards him. All right, let's do. You do.
Even with my +7.
You do manage to beat his.
Oh, I gotta
insight.
add my +4. Hang on, I gotta do my D4.
Okay.
Let me do my D4.
15.
There's another 4. All right, so
Yeah.
15.
He is intimidated, and he's like, "All right, I get it," and he's like, "Let me just get that for you," and he like hands over this case, and he's kind of like dragging it. It seems pretty massive and pretty heavy, and he's just like, "Tell the boss that I'm sorry that he." And like I thought this was totally off limits to anybody. I didn't know that it was allowed for special customers. I'm sorry.
Jet will reach into like his pocket again and take out another gold piece and just like with his thumb flick it at him like ping. At this point, it's just Jet's putting on this persona of like gold is nothing. Tink, here, take this.
He's like, "Oh,"
Whatever.
It like bounces off his chest and falls in and whatever.
and he starts bowing. He's like, "Oh, thank you so much, sir." And
Is he? Is
he
he in the car? No car.
he's standing. That was just the only image I could find.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But he's like, "Oh, you're gonna need this," as he like see this pouch around his neck, and he like takes it off and pulls this key out of it, and he's like, here you go," as he gives you the key to this case.
And with that, Jet just kind of nods towards him, smiles at Leo, and gestures forward.
I like how they depict just some random old man as well, you guys.
Yeah, it's almost like you're their like accountant or something, just walking along with them.
All right, you're the guy. Yeah, you're the assistant to
Yeah.
the CEO right now. Just play your part.
Let me see. Let me see if this. I had an idea for what this is already, but I want to make sure.
It's not going to be balanced. It's going to be completely broken, and you're going to let me have it anyway.
It kind of is.
Oh,
Leviathan can turn into 12 different things if he wants. Give me the case, RJ.
Okay. So you do wind up. What kind? Oh wait, you don't have a pact yet, do you?
A pact?
Yeah.
No, that's at level 3, so I don't have a pact of the blade.
Well, you might want to keep that in mind
But
for next level. So you do. He does.
When you give it to us in 6 months, I'll write it down.
Oh no, we're about to start power leveling.
Yeah.
So
That's why you're my favorite.
yeah, so he hands you the key, and he's just like, just please be careful with that, and obviously don't use it around the boss. He's not a big fan of that one.
Oh.
Whoa.
Mario power up.
So
What do we get? What do we get? What do we get?
If you want to open it up, you're welcome to, or you can wait.
We do. I open it.
All right.
I
So you open
now.
it.
Jet takes the key from Leo, sticks it in the case, twists the lock, and lifts the top.
And it is a great axe. And it looks intense.
Hold on. We should try buy this, but then we get it for like really cheap. Because just be like, oh, this stuff, we could have gotten better stuff from
You're
Dr.
killing my
Robotnik.
moment. You're killing my moment, man.
Yep, right. Sorry.
So you do open it up. There's this massive great axe, and it is very intricately made. It is not the Leviathan axe for Leviathan, as somebody is suggesting. No, I don't have a picture of it, but you're gonna have to imagine this.
I'm going to get one right now.
Yeah,
I'm going to get one right now.
Go
ahead, keep working.
As it is the axe that was used against Bowser very early on when he was conquering the kingdom. But this is a great axe of dragon slaying.
Wait, the axe from supposed to be the axe you use when you like hit the bridge and
Yeah.
you like
Yeah, the exact axe that you use to hit the bridge.
Dragon slaying, you said?
Yes. It is.
Alright, let me get this spreadsheet open. Hold on.
Yeah, it is a.
Hang on. Just so you know, Leviathan, I'm keeping this.
Yep.
Let's.
Are you deck based? So I don't know if you are you.
I got it. Either whether you can wield it or not, I have that other weapon too. I still have the other great axe from Luigi that nobody claimed. So now I have 2 great axes. All right, so I gain a +1 bonus.
That was a
to
Warhammer.
Damage rolls. Yes, Warhammer. You're right. You gain a +1 bonus attack to damage, 2 attack and damage rolls made with a magical weapon, which deals 2d6 slashing damage and 1d6 lightning damage. This axe has 4 charges and regains all charges daily at dawn. I can cast Falling Bolt. While
What?
holding attacks,
What is that stuff? I'm not talking about that. You get
I thought you said Dragon Slayer.
It is.
I clicked the wrong
It is. Yeah, it might have been something else. The Dragon Slayer Great Axe is a +1 Great Axe that when you're attacking a dragon type creature, it takes an extra 3d6 damage.
I put Great Axe of Dragon Slaying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean there might be an
Dragon
item.
Slayer.
It's
fine.
it's not in D&D Beyond or anything like that. It's something. There's a Dragon Slayer sword. I just made it a Grey Axe.
Is it the? I got you. I'm looking at the Dark Souls wiki now. I'm all over the place.
Yeah. So
when I
the
attack a dragon type, I get a +3 d6.
Dragon.
yeah. If you attack any type of creature that is dragon, you get an extra 3d6 damage.
All right, I'm putting that in my notes right now in my notebook.
But even when attacking a non-dragon creature, it is a +1 Great Axe.
So +1 Great Axe. Got it. All right, I got it. Go ahead, continue on.
Cool. And you take it out of its case, and it is huge and heavy, and you can hardly lift it initially, but you kind of get a feel for it, and you're like, wow, that is a pretty... All right. And Leo looks down at it, and he looks up at you, and he's just like, yeah, this is a good thing. This is a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So
With
do
that-
we kill them and steal it, or do we?
Yeah. They all die now. They all die now.
So you're going to attack Morton and these 2 turtles?
Well, no, I'm gonna try to leave with the axe. I want to
Okay.
try to leave with the axe. If they're gonna try to stop us, then yeah.
No, they are
So
completely
I'm gonna.
convinced at
All right, good.
everything.
Then
So
yes, I'm gonna put the axe back in the case. Close the case, but I'm not gonna lock it. I'm gonna put the key to the case. Actually, yes, I'll put the axe because I can't really wield this right now. So I'll put the axe. What's that?
Are we gonna pay for it or?
I
As
mean,
far as they're concerned, I've already done all that.
yeah,
They're completely convinced that I'm here to get what I want.
yeah.
So
Oh, okay. Well,
I am going. Yeah, actually, yeah, I'm going to take the axe, and I am going to fashion it with this. I would assume it has this handle. I mean, it's an expensive axe. I'm going to equip it. I'm going to put it on my back, and put the key around my neck, and motion to Leo and Leviathan to take the case, and we are going to leave.
Okay.
we
And
just robbed it.
and Leo is just like, oh, I did just forget something. I'm so sorry. And then he's just like, I just want to make sure that like, hey, we don't leave anything behind in this. Looks like very valuable stuff. And he walks in, and you see him just kind of like double check a few things. And he's like, all right, I think we have everything. And
Yeah,
like,
but Jet will even motion to the case at
no,
this point and have him start filling weapons into the case.
no. So
Oh.
yeah, and most of them are fairly straightforward. But he's just like, you see Leo start. He throws a couple things in there, and he's like, all right, we got to go. We got to go.
Yeah,
And-
not stuff for us, but we'll say it'll give our army better equipment.
Yeah,
Load things in that we can supply to our army.
as you're trying to say this, Leo's just like, no, we gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go, and like, he's just
okay.
like, we have that other meeting with the boss, we gotta go, sorry, and then
Yes, and we'll start marching out.
and he's just like, all right, walk faster, and he's just like urging you guys along in non-Aquan. He's just like, we gotta move, and he's like, just get in there and jump down the damn pipe, and he like sprints.
Jump down the pipe.
Yeah, he starts sprinting.
All right.
So
All
what?
right, so we're following him.
Yeah, you guys, I need you all to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Oh my god.
16.
Hold on, man.
And then I got my hang on, I gotta do my +4. Or my hey, another one. So my dex save.
Yeah, my roll 20 is just freezing. Give me a sec.
If you want me to roll for you, I can.
Yeah, can you just like add a +1?
Yeah, yeah, you got a 19. You guys start running out, and Morton's just like, "Why are you guys running?" And then you hear this boom, and you jump down the pipe right at the last moment as this giant explosion happens, and you guys just wind up down the pipe, and you hear Mario just making that like wow as you both start rushing down the water, and you hear this crumbling above you, and you finally get to the other side, and Leo is just like, yeah, I wasn't just gonna leave a room full of bombs. And he's just like, I had to set it off somehow. I mean, I got to destroy their armory.
That was the whole plan. with that, Jet claps him on the shoulder and goes, "My friend, I love you."
And he just starts nodding. And he's just like, all right, I think we took out the armory. As his, like, you can see scorch marks on the back of his shell. And you walk away with the Dragon Slayer Great Axe.
Yeah.
Which is going to be very helpful for fighting Bowser.
Awesome. Now, is there? I'll message you afterwards, so you or send me a message or whatever for any kind of requirements or whatever you want for this. I'm assuming it's two-handed, and I don't think my strength's high enough. But
but if you do wind up taking Pact of the Blade, you can make a pact with it because it's a magical weapon.
All right.
So,
then I will do that.
yeah. And with that, you do wind up getting enough items from this to get you 150 gold apiece. As we just increased the amount because you're also going to level 11.
We gotta level up again? Did we
Yeah.
level up again?
Yeah.
Yeah!
Except for some reason, Leviathan. Possibly because he has to play another session this month, and I don't want him over-leveled for everybody else.
Yeah, okay. That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
But it's almost like because he's constantly shifted who he is as a person, changing his race almost every other thing, it's like it delayed the level of experience that he somehow got, and it's just suddenly going to kick in at the end of his next session because he's the god tier level.
You can feel it welling up.
I do make like twice as much money, so I actually have like enough for a rare item now.
Yeah, and you're going to get even more, especially after next session.
Yeah, I should definitely start playing a second character too. That way I don't like start farming twice as much money per character.
Well, I mean, honestly, dude, you deserve it.
Yeah.
And you're the god level patron. You should have that. I'll say that. I'll say that from my point of view. If you're footing the bill that much to help out the channel, you should be able to have it.
Yeah.
Just stack it on your character, my guy.
And Merc with the Mom made a good suggestion that maybe the start of an entire turtle war is because of a terrible pizza that is a pineapple pizza. And with that...
Well, then I'm going on the side of the pineapple supporters.
Yeah, so you do wind up blowing up Bowser's armory. You have gotten away with his most valuable and most dangerous weapon that he fears, as well as a decent amount of gold. You've teamed up with Mario and Leo in the process, and it's gone pretty well for you. There was a handful of slaves that died in this situation. But...
I mean, we're not paladins, so I guess we don't...
We do have... He wasn't here today, but we do have a necromancer. We'll get him back.
Yeah. That's totally
But
fine.
Is there a way to modify this to make it one-handed?
You can try to chop it off and shave it down so it becomes a battle axe instead.
I mean, with Pack to the Blade, you can get improved pack weapon and use.
I know, but I'd have to read or whatever. I'll work it out. I'll work it out to making sure I have Pack to the Blade by next week.
If you, I mean, you just gained a level, which means you can have Pack to the Blade, which means you can make that your packed weapon, and Hex Blades.
Right, then I'll do that now. I'll say that now.
Yeah, and Hex Warrior automatically applies to any pack.
So you know, that's what I'll do.
Okay, so you now have a great axe that deals insane damage to dragons. And with that, we're at the end of today's session. You guys managed to avoid 90% of the combat again, and still destroy an entire armory in the process. So hopefully that turned out well. We'll see what happens at the next infiltration of Bowser's Castle. Thanks to anybody who tuned in, despite the fact that this is now split into 3 different streams because my streaming software took a crap on me. And hopefully you were able to follow along. Thanks again to Leviathan and Jet for playing along, and we will continue next time.